Hi, I'm going to answer a DM from someone who thinks she may be bisexual. She may be interested in women, even though right now she's with a guy. And I thought it was a really interesting question, and I thought it was really worth my spending a few minutes answering. So let me read it. It says, "Hi, doctor. I feel very alone and confused. I'm in a long-term, fully committed relationship with my boyfriend. But I have just come to terms with my bisexuality, and other than making out and getting touchy with women before meeting my partner, I've never been with a woman, but I've been feeling a strong pull to explore the side of my sexuality. I'm wondering if non-monogamy or opening the relationship up so each of us could explore sex outside of us, but keep our relationship as our valid and healthy solution. I love him with all my heart and do enjoy our sex life together, so this is difficult to even think about, and I'm not out about being bi yet, so I don't know who to talk to." So this is obviously complicated on so many levels, and I totally get your concern, and I totally understand how this person is worried and concerned, but I want to boil this down to like any relationship, right? Nobody gets into a long-term relationship unless they shut down their own sexuality and never feels an urge to be sexual with other people, be that men or women. So the first thing you have to deal with is your issues about monogamy. And then the second issue, which I feel like is a much less important issue, is the issue of the bisexuality. Because if you've decided to not be monogamous, then who you are not monogamous with, that, you can make that decision. The first thing I would say is this probably is something that's worth setting up an appointment with a sex therapist to talk about. This is not the kind of thing you can get on a direct message Instagram, and that will make you feel less alone and make you feel like you can talk to somebody and just talk about it openly. The second thing I would say is that it's probably worth discussing with your partner. Just the idea of the crushing weight of secrets and shame about thinking about these things. Just because you talk about it does not mean you have to act on it. Just because you talk about it doesn't mean that you ever need to do anything about it. But I think it is really fair and good for your partner to kind of hear where you're at. And I feel like you're going to feel so much better once it's out in the open. What you decided, you're not going to be in a different place. You don't have to more act on it, less act on it because you've discussed it. But at least everybody's working from the same starting point, and you're not carrying around this deep, dark secret that's making you feel terrible. Your partner might say, I think opening the marriage is a great idea. Your partner might say, I'm happy to have a third person in the relationship. Your partner might say, I hate the idea of you're ever sleeping with anybody else, man or woman. But at least you'll have a starting point, and you'll be being honest with yourself and honest with your partner, which I think you owe him to do. In terms of exploring with other people, I think that's something you want to talk to a therapist about and kind of work through. There's a lot of women out there who fantasize about being with other women, but then don't feel like the need to act on it. And there's some people who feel like in the end, they'd just be happier with another woman or happier with both kinds of relationships. Where you fall on that spectrum is going to be really up to you. So I'm not giving you answers. The only thing I would say is share your feelings with your partner. Be honest with yourself and your partner about what you're feeling. Don't feel like talking about it means you have to act on it. Just means that you're just being honest about it. Then maybe see a therapist to try to figure out how you want to act on it and where you want to act on it. And know that you and your partner are going to go through this journey in some way together, or not if that's where you end up feeling like you need to do. So good luck, and thanks for writing in.